everybody. This is Liz with Abyss Paranormal. Tonight I have Paige Jackson joining us. Say hi, Paige.
Hi, guys.
She was not ready for this. So what we're going to do is we're going to give a few minutes for my group leader to get the show shared out. Okay, and then we'll get started. So don't worry, we all love cats on this show.
Well, we can love them, just not on my counter.
Oh yeah, I know.
Gonna fight him. That's his favorite place to hang out.
Callie, what?
Yes.
I'm gonna get her a bag of goldfish. I'm gonna throw them at her.
Oh, she loves goldfish
I know. Everybody loves goldfish.
and whales. I found a recipe to make my own. I just haven't done that yet.
With sourdough, I'm assuming.
There is a sourdough one, and then I found a not sourdough one.
With just cheese and flour.
And salt.
Gotcha.
And water.
Gotcha.
I think that's everything.
Wop, 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 wop. I am live.
Please. Oh. Dinner's almost done. And then mommy will feed you.
Ruben. Will you text Vicky for me, please, real quick? She hasn't come in yet. What are you making for dinner anyway?
Chicken legs and corn on the cob.
Went to the gas station and got fried chicken and mac and cheese.
Well, I pulled out chicken legs this morning, and we have all of this corn from Alex's sister. And look at how big these freaking bell peppers are.
They are big.
That's like half the size of my head.
So we came home today, though, and we have like Roma tomatoes growing now, finally. Like the full. Yesterday, there were no tomatoes. Today, they're starting to cook the plants.
Listen, I will take all of your extra Roma tomatoes because I'm going to wake my sourdough starter up. And I'm going to start eating avocado toast for breakfast again. 3 minutes. Probably like 8 minutes because we gotta let it cool a little bit.
You don't do the freezer method where you stick it in the freezer for a while?
No, I probably should, but she'll be okay. I'll just cut it up and blow on it.
Can you see the comments, honey?
No.
Okay.
I see whatever the link you sent me is.
You're on your phone, so I'm not really sure how it does.
There's the comments.
I put it on the screen for you.
Yep,
but I won't be able to.
I just need to click the other button.
You see it? Chat box?
Yeah.
That's it.
What are you doing? She's standing on my butt trying to climb up me.
Oh, that's funny.
Please. Please. Where's your water? Can you go find your water? No.
No. Of course not, Mother.
You're going to need it for dinner. Where's your water? I hear the chicken making noises. I mean,
by the time we get actually started here, your chicken probably will be done. So.
Do you want the rest of your blackberries?
Yeah. The way she's all like, as a matter of fact, voice.
Oh. I went to the place the other day. Oh, you want your milk? To that Ferris market thing in Camdenton the other day, and they were out of blackberries. They only had blueberries.
Really? That's crazy because
Yeah.
it's like this is the season for them.
Yeah, I mean,
So
it's probably because people
because
ate them all or like bought them
because
all
this is
before I
being
got there.
because it's being recorded, I want to put it out there real quick that this girl makes the best blackberry cobbler I have ever had in my life.
They do make really good cobbler. Here, do you want Mama to give you a blackberry now? No. Okay. Okay, you got it back up so Mommy can get
Hey,
it up.
John.
Can you back up for Mommy?
We're just waiting for Vicky to come in, John, before we get started.
Back up so Mommy can open the oven.
She, of course, out there sharing it. So. Okay. Vicky is done sharing. So now we just got to wait a minute for Paige, guys. She's getting her daughter sat down for dinner.
I mean, I can still run my mouth.
Well, we know this.
I'm a good multitasker.
Okay, so everybody, this is my friend Paige. And we work together. She is from where our group originated from, Lebanon, Missouri. And she doesn't live there anymore. She now lives locally to me, and that's how we met. And we got to talking, and it turns out that she used to be as part of a paranormal group herself. And she also she has stories to tell, but she also can share stories, some of which I think Vicky has already shared with you guys about some of the lore and stories around Lebanon. So I invited her on the show to share some of her experiences and stories. Did you ever
And now
remember?
she's going to put me on the spot and I'm going to forget all of them. No, I never remembered that.
Okay,
I have no idea what I was going to tell you.
Okay. Well, it was I guess so long ago or just something like that. She doesn't really remember the name of the group that she was in.
Oh, that. That was 417 Paranormal Avengers Society or some baloney like that. 417 PARS. I know that much.
Okay. So it was a long name that was shortened.
Yeah, it was the name that the girl that I did it with came up with.
Okay. All right. So, you yourself, have you ever had an actual paranormal experience before you joined your group?
I mean, no, kind of sort of. I mean, we used to go around and like do all of this stuff before we started the group, and we would, and then that's kind of why we started the group, was to see if we could get anybody else in on it with us. But running around with that family, we just always like that was just always the thing we did.
Okay. Your Wi-Fi is lagging pretty bad or something.
Well, I just shut my Wi-Fi off, so maybe that'll fix it.
Okay. Okay, so
Mommy forgot your
so would you say that you were more like of an urban explorer then before the group was formed?
I mean, kind of, yeah. Pretty much. We just went around and like we'd go hang out at all the places that everybody said things happened.
Gotcha.
And just
so did you ever actually
whatever.
experience anything paranormal though?
I mean, not really. There was never like anything that I was like, oh, yep, that was the thing. I wholeheartedly am on board with the fact that there are spookies out there.
Gotcha. Okay. Then so once the group was formed, did you then experience anything?
I I mean, we had like crazy things that happened that like we couldn't explain. Um, but I feel like a lot of that came from like using that app that I was telling you about earlier.
Mm-hmm.
That like it was just weird coincidences that things would like pop up. Like my friend that works at the funeral home, we were at Ashley Park one night and he had picked people up at the nursing home that was across the street.
Mm-hmm.
And it was like there was another app that you asked like yes and no questions to
Sure.
that he had paid for or something. And um, they were like, yes, you were the one that came and picked me up. Like, I'm here kind of thing.
Okay.
And then like out at the foundation, when they heard the screaming, wasn't. And I was like, I don't know what you guys are talking about.
Okay, so for those who don't know, Ashley Park is in Lebanon, which is what I was saying a little bit ago. That's where she's from. So most of her stories are from around that area. So did you ever investigate it after that murder?
Yes, everything that we did was after, like years after that. That happened when I was in middle school, so like 7th or 8th grade when Zach was
Okay.
killed. Um, and we did the front side, like up by the ball fields. We went back there. We seemed to get more like up by the ball fields and up in that like very front parking lot closest to the highway than we did back there.
We did that park as well, and I it was so long ago that I don't really remember if we got any actual good results, if any. Vicky would probably remember. Her memory is a lot better than mine on this stuff, but um, I don't remember anything significant. If I can say that, you know what I mean, because something would stick in my mind if it were. But
Right.
but yeah, that was a sad tragedy there. Um, Okay, and so some of the other things that you were talking to me about were the foundation. So
Yes.
tell your story about the foundation.
So there was a group of us that went out there one night, and it was probably close to midnight. About half of us stayed in the vehicle, and the other half went and like climbed up the little hill and went down into the foundation. And the ones of us that had stayed in the vehicle, we were just kind of chit chatting, like nothing overly loud, like none of us were yelling or anything like that. And after they had been up there a few minutes, they took off running and come back and jumped in the vehicle like as fast as they could. They heard somebody hollering and they thought it was us hollering for them to like come back to the car because we needed road or something like that. And we were all like, nope, none of us were hollering for you at all. Like, don't know what you're talking about, bud.
Have you ever have you ever returned to the foundation since then?
I've been out there a couple of times and like that used to be when I was back roading all the time. That was like we would take that road. But I've only ever stopped another like one or two times and nothing crazy has ever happened.
Gotcha.
And
Did
I've
you ever
been
go
to it a
ahead?
jillion times before that and nothing.
Okay. So have you ever done the graffiti bridge?
Yeah. And I
Did
had
you
a
ever?
friend who, so if you come like, through Graffiti Bridge, that trailer
Uh
that's
huh.
right there on the left, I used to have a friend
Yes.
that lived there. And we used to hang out there, play cards, get drunk, whatever. And there was a couple of times that we like heard people talking out that direction when we were outside, but we never like there would be no vehicles, no headlights. was just voices that we heard.
Okay, I gotcha. Were you able to capture any of it, like on recorders or anything like that?
No,
It was just
we
you
weren't
could.
like, I wasn't real big into the spooky stuff at that point. So we never thought to like record it when I was hanging out with my friends that lived over there.
Okay, I gotcha. So I know that's one of the things that, like Vicky, she likes to go to Graffiti Bridge. She also likes to go to this place called Crybaby Hollow. I'm not real
The one
sure
in
what.
Lebanon or the one out by Crocker?
I think Lebanon because she's a Lebanon girl. So,
So
um,
there's one kind of close to Lebanon, and I can't remember exactly where it's at. And then there's another one out in Crocker that's referred to as Crybaby Holler.
okay, so this is Vicky here talking. She said we got EVPs on the back side where the boy hung himself. Oh, they're talking about Zach, or the Ashley Park. I mean, and EVP's back parking lot where Zach was killed, but we could not make out what was being said because of the heavy traffic. So
Yeah, that tends to be an issue with
yeah,
doing anything at that park.
yes, it is. It's so open and right there on the highway.
Yeah.
Um, okay, so Vicky says Crocker, Crybaby Hollow.
Oh, yep.
So you've been there too?
Yeah. And I never had anything crazy happen. But we always went out there, like anytime we were out in Crocker, we'd go out that direction to
Gotcha.
see a kid, to see
She's
if,
coughing.
yeah, she's just coughing.
Okay,
Uh to see if we could see or anything, we ever found anything, and we didn't.
gotcha. So one of the other places you talked about with me was the Oakland Cemetery. So tell us some of your experiences there and the feelings that you got and that sort of thing.
Oakland Cemetery at night feels like a completely different place than it does during the day. And there was always like just this weird. I used to have a friend that lived right next door, and there was always this like weird feeling if you were outside after dark. Even like being at her house versus being in the cemetery itself, it just always felt off.
Hmm.
And we used to walk down to the cemetery, and we'd walk the like 3 miles it is or whatever back to the Oakland mansion. There was a couple of times we had gone out to the mansion after dark and saw like there'd be lights on and nobody had lived there in years. And like we'd occasionally see shadows in the windows, stuff like that.
Gotcha. That makes me think about a story that Vicky tells often. You know where the Moneymaker House is in Lebanon?
Oh,
I think
in
it's
the
on
Moneymaker
Harwood.
house. Mm-hmm.
Okay. Oh, Vicky says I have family buried at Oakland.
Oh,
Uh, her family, she has so much family. Let's see, her maiden name is Wilson. So she's a Wilson.
oh, yeah. So they're all over the place, or that direction.
So Scott of the Warren Area Society of Paranormal has a question for you. He said, "What's the one place you thought that there was nothing there, almost boring? Then when you go over evidence, you got something that surprised you."
Um, Probably I can't remember the name of this cemetery, but if you go out past the Oakland Church, there's an S curve, and in the middle of that S curve, there's a little road that shoots off to the right that takes you down to a cemetery that they don't know where this cemetery truly ends and begins because people just used to throw their people off the side of the bridge. Um, but that's like one of those places that you like. We never felt like we saw anything until we back and looked at stuff. And then it was stuff. There were a couple of walking through the middle of the cemetery and stuff like that. But we like you turn off of B Highway onto that road and you instantly like feel icky.
Yeah.
But we never felt like we saw anything. And then there was two separate times that we had gone out there. The one time we didn't think we saw anything, and we ended up going back and looking at stuff and found somebody like walking through the cemetery. And then there was another time that we took a friend of ours out there that has schizophrenia, and he was telling us all about the ghosts that he was seeing, and like he found some bad ones out there and was like attempting to fist fight them. Um, but it always, like, other than just feeling icky, it never felt like there was anything.
Right. So with that being said, that takes us to a point that I don't think we touch on much as paranormal investigators is the psychological side of the paranormal, who can and who cannot see type situation. So right, because we all know that psychology plays a role in it. But for those who have, you okay?
Yeah. She just, I thought she ran into the table, but she didn't.
Oh, okay. That have a different way of thinking than some people. They probably can see things that we can't see, you know.
Right.
So she's happy now. I guess I
Yep.
don't
She
have to
had
throw
like 4
goldfish at
bites
her
of
now.
food. And so she's golden.
She's a typical chick.
She she had her blackberries and like half of her corn and 1.5 bites of chicken.
Uh, um, so Vicky said, though, apparently that the Oakland mansion actually had a caretaker while it was vacant. So,
See, and I had heard that, but it was always, we never saw anything like, we had seen his vehicle out there a couple of times, and like, we never seen anything out of the ordinary during the day. Or like anything that would like make you question anything. It was always like in the middle of the night when you wouldn't, even if the caretaker was there, like it was 2 and 3 o'clock in the morning when you would expect him to be asleep.
right.
And there were the lights on in the house, weird stuff like that.
Gotcha. Um, okay, well, let's see. Vicky says they are more open to spirits, also more vulnerable. Okay, yes. So we're talking about people who might have a mental disability, you know.
Right.
Ruben said, I knew him, and he said that there were kids' voices day and night.
See, and I had heard that he would hear voice too. I'd never met the man or spoke to him, but not just from him, like anybody who had been out there. I like during, even when it was still a thing. The mom of the friend that I started the group with, she was always our driver. When she was in high school, there was people living in the mansion, and they would open it up at Christmas time, and the high school choir would go sing, and it was like always a big to do. And they said that they always heard, like, when it would start to get quiet, you would hear it. Or if you went to a part of the house that there wasn't all of these people, you could hear it.
Right. Ruben, were you talking specifically about the guy with schizophrenia?
No, I was talking about the caretaker.
The caretaker? Okay. And Vicky also said lights were on timers.
That would make sense.
Yep, that would. Okay, so what about any other places that you know about in Lebanon that you've been to?
Lonesome Hill Cemetery. It's technically not in Lebanon, but I'm like 98% sure it's still a Cleve County.
Right.
Um,
I think so too, because that's another one that Vicky talks about a lot. So
that one was there. I used to be actually the guy that does most of my tattoos now. He used to be a county sheriff. And so, like, he'd always, anytime there was crazy, like, he saw crazy things out that direction, he would come out there or, like, he would tell us about them. And there was one time that we went, and we weren't even stopping there. We were just driving by to go to this kid's house that I knew down the road. We were going to go watch a KU game with him. And we drove past on our way back from watching the game. And this horse ran down the fence line, like straight through the fences, didn't jump over fences, nothing. Black horse. There was never black horse like out there. There was never like in the big open field right there. I think I saw one horse out there during the daytime ever, and it was like white and brown. And this was totally black. And then we got to the point because the people that live right there don't really like for people to be out at the cemetery at nighttime, which totally get that. But so we would drive, instead of driving through it the way that you're supposed to, we would drive the back way so our headlights wouldn't hit the house.
Right.
And so we made the loop around the backside and we were coming back up towards the exit. And there was a very large, dark figure, like too large to be a human, running through the middle of the cemetery.
That's creepy.
So, yeah. It was very large.
Vicky's confirming that it's between Phillipsburg and Conway, Lonesome Hill.
Yes. It's like it's right by the turn is right by where they built that Republic Trash Company.
Okay. Scott wants to know, do you believe that there is child spirits, or do you think it's spirits trying to gain your trust?
That's a good question. I feel like it could go either way, honestly. Like,
I was going to say, I think it's kind of the consensus in the comments is both,
Yeah, like I feel like there are like genuine children, and then I feel like there's also, and there's the adults with mental health issues that their entire life portrayed themselves as child or had like a childlike brain, and so they come across as children.
That's a good theory.
But we're never, like, by the time they got to that stage, they were full grown adults.
Yeah, that's actually a really good theory, because Ruben, nice new take. It is a good take, because I don't think we've thought about. Okay, all right, stop with that.
Sometimes I use my brain. Doesn't happen very often. Don't get used to it.
You guys ought to hear our conversations sometimes. I'm like, stop it, Paige.
Literally got a text that told me to stop it this morning before she ever even got to work.
I didn't even get to work, and she's already sending me TikTok videos. I'm like, stop it.
Just proving my point.
They were. You're right. They were. Doesn't mean I'm full on what you say, though. But
it made your brain itch a little, didn't it?
It did. It did. With that being said, though, that is literally a new take that I don't think many of us, if any of us, ever put any thought into. So when you have developmental disability, not necessarily mental health issues, but developmental disabilities, the field that we work in,
right?
We have adults who are more like children sometimes, and that energy transfers after death. Are they more like children rather than adults?
Right. I feel like they would just, like, they are who they were when they died. whatever,
Right.
like wherever they were at in their life is where they are in death.
Right. Right. And that's the thing. So we all kind of think that, I think, but we never thought about the developmentally disabled. Never once put stock into that. Now,
Yep.
Sky here says, I am not wanting to do insane asylums due to the issues that they had while they were alive. Well, we're getting ready to go do one, Scott. But here's the thing. I don't think it was technically an insane asylum. It was so many different things that I think they just named it asylum, but I don't think it was for the insane. I think they had just several different other things happening there. That still was concerning, but we're going to Emmaus Asylum up in Marthasville. So, Scott, have fun. But that one is going to be fun. I think we did go check it out this past weekend for everybody watching or whatever, to kind of get a map out of the location, simply because we have to know where we're going to set up our cameras. We're going to know how we're going to set up the command center, stuff like that, and who's going to do what. This place is very big. Like, we had an idea that it was very big, but once you get in there and you start walking around or whatever, I can see how it's going to be easy to get lost. But then again, not either, because it seems like all stairways lead back to the right place, the same place. But that one,
I feel like that tends to be a thing with those places. Like, they always just, like, all roads lead back to the main exit. Because they need it, like, they didn't want everybody just wandering around.
Well, the thing is that in the asylum building itself, there are back doors on the other end too.
Right.
And so there were still escapes all the way through that building, but you're right, though, it all seems to circle back. So, what about your PA?
Paul.
What?
He said something about his paw.
No, Pennsylvania.
Oh.
Hillview Manor in Newcastle, Pennsylvania.
Oh.
Not paw. That's Ruben for you. But anyway, no, that one, I think it's going to be fun. It is going to be fun. So
I'm currently getting a leg workout.
Oh, okay.
I was holding her baby between my legs, and she threw that in the ground, and now I need to pick her up with my legs.
Gotcha. Scott says Pennsylvania, not my dad. But yes, lots of work's what we have coming for the asylum.
Miss Ma'am, what are you doing?
So, what else have you experienced? Sorry, I'm reading comments at the same time. So
there was, when we went to Eureka Springs, we went and did the Crescent tour. And when you do the Basin tour, they recommend this app to you to, like, help you tap into these things, I guess, is the way to, like.
Hold that thought just for a second. In case nobody knew, the owner of the Crescent and the Basin passed away on the 16th. So
yes, I saw that. The sweet little old lady.
Yes, it is sad. And luckily, she left everything in a trust, so it's not going to just go to whomever and get torn up and.
Right.
Sorry.
But we had been downstairs, like we were in where the morgue was when it was a hospital. And they have a room down there where they have all of those jars that they have dug through or like dug up or whatever. And it was me and my friend and then these two older ladies. And the two older ladies had done the Basin tour the night before, so they already had the app. They were using the app and like doing all the things. And as the four of us went to walk out of this room, my name spelled correctly popped up on their app. With anytime that like we had used the app and my name popped up or like Paige popped up, it was always like Page.
Yeah,
This
page of a book.
time it was my actual name, Paige. And the two ladies start looking around and they're like, who is Paige? What is going on right now? And I had made us shirts that had our names on the front. And so I was like, hi, that's me. My name's right here on my shirt. And so like that kind of spooked everybody. And then we had gone into like the actual morgue room down there. And they let you go in, everybody loads in there, they shut the door, they turn the lights off. You're in there for 15 or 30 seconds, and then they flip the lights back on and open the door. Well, my friend and I were the first ones in the room. So we were all the way back up against the wall. Like our backs were touching the wall. There was nobody else up against the wall. And as they start to let everybody out, her hoodie had fallen. And she took a couple of steps forward to pick it up. And when she picked it up, there was a footprint on the back of it. And it couldn't have been anybody else because everybody else was in front of us and it had fallen behind her. And the footprint was too small to be either one of our feet. We both have rather large feet.
Not to mention,
And
it would be physically impossible. If it was behind her and she stepped forward, there's no way she could have stepped on her sweatshirt behind her.
right. And like nobody had kicked her or she didn't feel anything to explain the mysterious footprint. Because we went back to the room that night and we talked about it extensively. Like, we're sure that like none of us kicked in the butt when you had it tied around you. Like, nothing.
Because we're those kinds of friends. We would do that, but we didn't tonight.
No, literally. It was me and her mom and her mom's best friend. So, like, the two of us grew up with these women, like, 100% something that any of the four of us would have done to another one of us.
Yeah.
But, like, we both confirmed that that wasn't the case. Nothing. Like, there was no explanation for this footprint to be there.
Right. Now, after she found her sweatshirt like that, by chance, did she check her body for like any marks, bruises, things like that, just in case?
We didn't when we got back to the room, but she took a shower and didn't notice anything.
Okay.
But we didn't she didn't like examine herself in the mirror or like look at her back or anything like that. And she didn't notice anything.
Okay. Gotcha. So, anything else?
I mean, this happened to me adjacent, I guess, technically. My mom's ex-husband used to be an appliance service technician for Larry Jacobson. So he used to drive all over everywhere. And this was like back in the day when Blackberries were a thing. Like they had just come out with like the smaller Blackberry phone.
Mm-hmm.
And his was the one, but it was always better than mine at like loading the internet and stuff like that. Well, he had been out by Lonesome Hill, and this was back when the witches' graves were still like they still had the wooden crosses at them. And he didn't even pull off the road like into the cemetery. He just stopped in the road and like zoomed in on his camera and took a picture because he wanted to show me. He knew I would think it was like super cool. So he gets home, he shows me, and his phone, time it would take his phone to load like one internet page, mine would load 4, which was super out of character for our phones. Like, was usually the opposite to that. Once he deleted the picture, everything went back to normal.
Huh.
But it was just like from the time he took that picture until he deleted it, his phone was ridiculously slow.
Crazy.
That was
Okay.
super weird.
Yeah. I need to go out there sometime. It is a
Deal.
place that Vicky's talked about a lot. And you're talking about it. I need to go check it out. So
There used to be, and I can't even remember the stories that Eric used to tell, but he used to all the time. There was all the time weird stuff going on out there. And like some of it wasn't like weird spooky, some of it was just people being weird, as weird people tend to do weird things in cemeteries.
not to mention the town.
Yeah. So like some of the stuff was just like really people, but there was things that like he would tell us about that were like genuine spooky things. And I never really believed the creepiness of actually Blackfoot Cemetery. Like I had always heard it was sketchy, questionable. Like I had a friend that worked at a funeral home, still does actually. And he was one that would go out with us sometimes. And he finally convinced us one time, hey, Miss Ma'am, no thank you. We do not hit the cat with the bucket. The cabinet is one thing. We don't hit the cat. But he finally convinced us to go out there, and my friend had been searching the cemetery anyway because she was like super interested in Toby Biles, who's buried out there, and like just found that whole case super interesting. And so we all went out there. On our way out there, we got hit by a deer. It should have been our first sign to like, guys, this is probably not the best idea. And the last time I went out there, I almost hit a deer on my way back. Um, but we got out there and there was like, we could see something moving like out in the darkness, like at the edge of the darkness from where we were at. But anytime we like shined our lights over that way, we couldn't see anything. We walked over that way, never saw anything. That cemetery is enough to give you the heebie-jeebies in the daytime, though. Can confirm. Like I went back out there in the daytime just to make sure that I wasn't like just reading too much into it.
Right.
And I definitely was not. That place is creepy in the daytime. And then you see all of these like, and there was always something that would like draw your attention, but you could never find it.
Gotcha. Like it was something always in the peripheral and you'd turn and it wouldn't be there and sort of thing.
Yep.
Or like the vibe
Yep.
that somebody was standing there looking at you. Yep.
Or like, and it's a clearing and the cemetery starts quite a ways back off the road. But
Okay.
from the road to the backside of the cemetery and then quite a distance on either side is cleared just for the cemetery's growth.
Gotcha.
And they always the rest of it's surrounded by trees. And it would be like just inside the trees. And there's not any like super close houses. Like you can't see. There's one that's a little bit down the road and like across the road from it that you can see the lights from. But none of the other houses around you can see the lights.
Okay.
So it wouldn't have been like somebody wouldn't have had enough time to like see our car come down the road and realize that's where we were going and like come out to the edge of the woods to investigate.
Right. Now, are you talking? Is this still talking about Lonesome Hill Cemetery or a different one?
No, this one's actually Blackfoot.
Okay, actually Blackfoot. I don't even know where that's at. Never heard of that one.
If you go out Foxtail, like if you take Normandy to Foxtail, and then it comes to another crossroad, and I can't remember what that crossroad is, but then you have to turn right on that road and go just a fuzz before you can turn on the gravel side of Foxtail.
Just a what?
Just a fuzz. Like it's like 3 or 4 car lengths max.
Okay. See, I didn't know that was the name of it. I know we had talked about it, but I didn't know that was the name of it. So.
Yep. And then you take the gravel side of Foxtail will take you out to it.
Gotcha. Ruben likes fuzz. She said LMAO.
Glad I can make you giggle. I'm good at that.
New unit of measurement. Just a fuzz.
It's just a fuzz. A wee bit. A skosh.
Skosh.
Excuse me, what are you doing? I have a lazy Susan in the corner cabinet, like right under me.
Uh-huh.
Yes, exactly, Ruben. And she likes to just spin it in circles.
Oh.
It's where all my pots and pans are.
Yeah. You need to clear it off and just let her
We like to just spin it. Well, excuse me, ma'am. You do not need to take the pan out of the cabinet. Your little arms are turning red for mommy doing leg ups with you.
Her laugh every time you say something, just like she thinks you're saying a joke.
She does. Or we get that.
Yep.
There's no in between.
Yep.
I'm either the funniest person in the world or I am the meanest person in the world.
Of course. You're mommy. You're obviously both. So.
Yeah. I'm freaking hilarious. I don't know why anybody would say anything different.
All right. Well, do you have anything else you want to share? We got 10 minutes left. But we don't have to.
Ow, child. I can't think of anything.
Okay. So have you ever left the state and done any type of investigating or been to a haunted place outside the state? I was thinking the
just Arkansas.
Same thing too, Vicky. I wonder if it was Neosho Road. That's what I was wondering.
I think so. That sounds right.
That's what I was wondering too. But then I was like, maybe I'm wrong. So. Sorry. And I'm sorry to interrupt you. What did you say?
Just Arkansas. When we did the stuff in Eureka Springs. That was the farthest. I tried to get... My brother used to live in St. Louis.
Mm-hmm.
And so I'd always try to get everybody to, like, go to the Lentz Manor, like, do something cool and spooky up there. But I was the only one in the family that ever, like, was interested in that.
Yeah.
Everybody else was like, no, you're dumb. We're not doing this. They also wouldn't take me to the vacuum cleaner museum, though. So what do they know?
The vacuum cleaner museum?
Yeah, there used to be a vacuum cleaner museum in Rolla.
You wanted to go to this?
Yeah. I love museums, and I just thought it would be cool to go to the vacuum cleaner.
You're such a Susie homemaker.
Try telling that to my child's father.
Ruben said, bet that sucked. That's his pun.
Yeah. Yep. And that was their argument. I bet it sucks.
Well, yes.
From the pictures, it's cool. And like to look at old vacuum cleaners, like the history of vacuum cleaners from when we first got vacuum cleaners.
I might actually be interested in that. The earliest ones. Yeah.
Yeah. Like, and then there was the one that had like the foot on it. That was like the shark of its day. I don't remember what this vacuum cleaner was called. My grandma had one, and I'm 8% sure this vacuum cleaner is still in the closet at her house. Like that thing was the best vacuum cleaner. It was a bagged vacuum cleaner. because it was like old school back in the day that like before they even came out with the bagless ones. Like she literally has had this vacuum cleaner my entire life. Like this is the only vacuum cleaner I ever remember my grandma having until I was like in high school. And she
Well,
finally
I
got
don't
on
know
board
if
with the bagless.
I don't know if she's old enough to get the reference. I'm sure she does, though.
Lewinsky?
Monica. Yeah. Yep. That's what his grandma named their vacuum. In case you were wondering, his grandmother is a Perryman.
Oh.
Yeah. So, very likely you guys are probably all related somewhere.
Yeah, all of mine are like we're all transplants. We're not originally from here.
Oh, that's true. That is true.
My grandma's side came from the West Coast, and my grandpa's side came from the East Coast. Like
Met in the middle.
Haverty Grace, Maryland, and Fresno, California, and they met when my grandpa and my grandma's ex-husband were in the army. It's pretty close.
That was to you, by the way. He was born and raised in Lebanon, so I wasn't.
I was not either. I mean,
Barely.
I lived in Lebanon 98% of my life. I moved there when I was 7. But I at least know everybody that I'm biologically related to. And I don't like randomly run into somebody at the grocery store and come to find out they're my mom's brother's uncle's second cousin, twice removed on his dad's side.
Yeah, that's Ruben's family. He wasn't allowed to date anybody until he brought him home to introduce to make sure.
No, literally. And that's what you have to do in that town. The dating pool is like this big. And if you have standards, it's this big. And then if you're from Lebanon and both of those things are true, you got like 2 people you can date. Like, if meth is off the table, there's like 2 people. You got a solid 2 people if you're going to date in Lebanon and you're from Lebanon.
Oh my God. Okay. Sorry, Lebanese.
Lebanites.
Whatever. Lebanites. Okay. All right. Anything else you want to share before we go?
I don't think so. I don't know. Does anybody have any more questions? I'll answer questions.
Well, we're down to 2 people, and it's probably Vicky and Ruben. So, don't take it offensively. Most people watch it later. So, because I come on at the same time other shows come on. So, but no, I don't have any questions. I talk to you all the time, so all of my questions were answered when I was all like, "Oh, you want to go on the show?" So,
Yeah, that happens.
All right. Everybody, have a great night. Paige, thanks for coming on tonight with me. I'll see you tomorrow.
Friend.
So,
I see you in the morning.
Bye, guys.
Make sure I don't send you TikToks before work.
No, ma'am. No, ma'am. You stop that.